Hey everybody, my name is Desiree, and I'm sorry. I'm always saying I'm sorry and apologize for not leaving a note, but from my phone, I don't know how to leave one in the community. Let me see, is the community and letting people know that I'm going live, but I guess you'll see when you see it. So, I'm going live because I said when I put out the animated story that on the usually on that Sunday I would go live, but I just had a family thing happen last Sunday, so I wanted to stay true to my word that I will be coming live the following Sunday. And I said I would be coming at 3 p.m. So y'all just work with me. So we are talking about Queen the the story that I'm talking about today is Queen Herodias' daughter. And the reason why I chose that one was I actually worked with Chat GPT because there's so many ladies in the Bible, but I wanted to use some that we hadn't heard about. And so when they gave me the storyline on her that her mom had trained her for, you know what? I'm looking over here. Who do? I'm gonna say close this. Okay. All right. I guess I'll see chat and I guess someone would know that they can hear me. I can see the numbers counting, so I'm sure someone can hear me. Um so I was saying her mom had trained her to dance at a very young age because she had kind of like a what do you call it? She had a purpose or a plan for her daughter to ask for John the Baptist because the mom was kind of upset with John the Baptist because John the Baptist he was the one telling the truth to everybody of how y'all not living right, and Queen Herodias she didn't want to hear that, but I guess she didn't want blood on her hands, so she had to train her daughter to be this beautiful dancer and put her daughter in front of the king and got him drunk. And so when he asked her, I want to just give you anything, he didn't care what it was. And so the daughter knew to say, I want John the Baptist, I want his head on the platter. So that was the whole thing. Now, so when I looked at the storyline on Chat GPT, I was like, wow. I'm telling you, sometimes, the Bible seems like, whoo, they got some killer stories up in there. And so I just really wanted to research on that one a little bit more. And I want to be honest with you, that storyline was really close to how I felt in reference to relationship with my mom. And our relationship did get a lot better before she passed. But, I remember being young. And when I say young, more so like round about like 11 and 12, like I couldn't wear certain things, and I understand being modest, but my mom would never explain why she didn't want me to have on short shorts, or why I couldn't wear low tops. She was very like you have to cover up everything. I remember it was a hot summer day and I was like just so hot, but I feel like she had explained to me about being modest and covering up, and just not just carrying yourself as a lady. I felt like maybe I would have understood more so, but it was like do it because I say so, and not give me any understanding to why. And then the other things I felt like, as far as having a guy friend. Now this is the honest truth. I know when it comes to moms, some moms be like, "Did I do that?" Or "I don't think it was that bad, honey." Ooh, when it came to having a guy friend, my mom didn't want me to gate. My mom didn't want me to date any guys. Like she totally sabotaged, and of course I would bring them home and she would just interrogate them so bad. I would be so embarrassed afterwards. And but hasn't stopped moving. The final goal, okay, the final goal was to run them away. Like, she didn't need no shotgun. She just interrogated them and kind of made them feel uncomfortable. And from that point on, I just was like really uncomfortable to being open and discussing things with my mom. And of course, as I got older, like in my 20s, it did not stop. It did not stop. I had the worst experience with relationships, um, based on the relationship I had with my mom, with young men, because I guess you can say, the family was just, in their dysfunction stage. And what family is not dysfunction? So this story was really, really personal to me. And I'm glad I did the research on it, because at the end of the story, the daughter does ask for, John the Baptist's head on the platter. That's not what she wants. That's what her mother wants. But it's kind of like, she feels like she doesn't have a choice, because, that's her mom, and her mom has been grooming her for this time in her life, and she knows exactly what she's supposed to be doing. And the minute she does it, it's like she knows that she knows that it's not right, but she's already requested it. It's already done. And now she has to sit with herself in that decision that she's made. So I don't know about you all, but I don't know if I chatted. Okay. I don't know about you all, but is there a time, place, a particular incident that, and it doesn't have to per se be with a parent, it can be with, a supervisor at work. It can be with, a person you was in a relationship with. It can be with a sibling. It can be with many other people. It doesn't have to per se be a mom. But have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you was manipulated to have to do something that you was not comfortable in doing, and then you're the one that have to, pay the price for it? So, as doing some research, I'm not really sure, but the character that I named was Salome. Now, ChatGPT said in research that her name was Salome, so that's what we're gonna call it. Could be something different, y'all. Let me know if it is. That after she made that choice, she just felt really bad. She felt really, really bad by making that request, and realizing in her heart and soul that it was not it was not something she should have done. And at that point, she does ask for forgiveness. And she does hear out in the land that there is a man called Jesus that is talking about forgiving and following him in his teaching. And I guess at that point, of course, it was like, I need somebody to forgive me for this choice that I have made in life. And so she seeks out and she finds this man, and she follows this man, because she's like, I'm not going to do this any longer. And I'm like, okay, I'm liking, if you ever been in a situation where you have been manipulated, or persuaded to be doing something that is not right, especially by somebody that you respect, you are in a situation that you respect this person, but you do know in your heart, like, something doesn't feel right about this. And so it's a wonderful thing when you can find, well, I guess what I want to say is that, of course, you ask for forgiveness, and then you find that place and where she found Jesus to forgive her, because God knows to be forgiven for a decision that you have made, and to be forgiven for it is just amazing. And it's with her in the story, I felt like she would never forget what part she played in it, and wish she had not played that part in that story. But she knew that Jesus had forgiven her, and that's what helped her along the way. I can only imagine to be having something that heavy on your journey knowing that you made a choice in life that was not good. The ultimate thing is to know that Jesus is a forgiving God, and it doesn't matter what we do. I know to other, some people will never ever lay it down, but the thing is that Jesus is a forgiving God, and that's what you have to stand on. I know with my mom, it did take mm, I guess I'm gonna say years. I'm not telling the whole backstory because I just experienced so many things. It just wasn't, my mom said one thing or she manipulated, and I'm just upset with her about that. It was a layers and layers and layers of stuff that I was like, okay, I just can't, But I did forgive her, and I'm glad I did. Oh my goodness, it's such a heavy thing when you carrying on yourself that you're upset with the person that has done something to you or made you make a choice and you had to pay the price for it, that you like, how can I forgive that person? But I'm telling you, it, I've been in several situations where I've been upset, I've been mad, I've been unforgiving towards people. It takes a whole lot of energy. And I know y'all heard this before. It takes a whole lot of energy to wake up in the morning and be like, okay, you got your list of people that you got to be upset with, you got to be mad with, or I'm not going to forgive those people. Because you got to remember, I'm upset with this person for that. I'm mad with that person for that. I'm not going to forgive that person because that person did that. And you got to remember that whole list of what you have to be mad, upset, and unforgiving about. It takes so much light off the weight. It takes so much weight off of you when you just give that thing to God and say, look, I know what the situation was. I know what part I played with it. You come to him and you ask for forgiveness, and you be like, look, you ask for forgiveness for yourself. Then you have to ask for forgiveness, because I was in a situation that I didn't even know how to forgive myself, because you make some decisions and it affects yourself, it affects maybe your children, it may affect your spouses around you, it affects people that's around you on a choice that you made. And I had to learn how to forgive myself. I literally had to ask God, how do I forgive myself? And he had to walk me through the journey of forgiving myself. And I'm sure Solomon, I'm sure she had to sit somewhere and ask God, help me to forgive myself. I know that you have forgiven me, but I'm the one that have to sit with myself. I'm the one that have to look in the mirror and see myself and know what choice I made and played in that part. So I need to forgive myself, because I need to look at myself every day. So along with, I was saying that also releasing the people that played the part in a situation that affected you, that you made some choices on. It's better to take that thing off of you and say, look, God help me, because you're walking around your whole life, your whole journey. You can't even go forward because you got to be upset and mad and unforgiving towards someone. The Father and the universe and the angels that's appointed to you for specific situations, they can't even bless you because you got to be mad. How you gonna be blessed and you got to be mad the whole time? Then you may get, a little raise here. You may get a little soda pop there. You may get a double order fries here and there. But we're talking about big blessings. In reference to getting the big blessings, you cannot be walking around and upset, mad, and unforgiving towards people. That has to be lifted off of you. That weight has to be taken off of you so God can give you the full benefit. Because of my age, I'm thinking about retirement. So you know how you can retire early and you get a little sum of money. But if you wait to the required age, you get the lump sum. And so what I want to tell you is that you want the full blessing of God. Yes, he's going to continue to bless you, but he can't bless you to the fullest because you're hanging on that I got to hate somebody, that I got to be upset with somebody, that I'm not going to forgive somebody. We want the full blessing from God. So I really feel like I'm kind of really standing on that. So I feel like the real purpose to this live and to the topic of today is that God knows that most all of us have been in a situation that it wasn't per se our decision that we made, but we did play a part in it because maybe somebody in the background that we respected was giving us, speaking in our ear, and that we finally made a decision, but it was not the right decision. The thing is that do not look towards that person and charge them. I wouldn't have did it. It was them telling me the whole time. I'm in this situation because it was them to them. We're gonna let that go. We are going to let that go. God will take care of that person. And like I said, I forgave my mom. I love my mom. She passed away, and I'm glad that I did forgive her. And it was even hard in that transition of her transitioning. I still had to work on myself. I still had to ask God to help me to forgive her because I wanted 100% of love towards my mom. And people that have the mom with them now, they always say, enjoy the moments because once your mom leaves, you can't apologize. You can't go back in time. I feel like my mom still hears me, and I'm happy to where we are now. And I believe that she know the things that she's done. So it's not like no secret. She know the things, but the ultimate thing is that I feel good in my space. I don't have to be upset with her. I love her, and I know that she watches over me. So I want you all to know that if you have someone that you need to release and forgive, don't carry that weight on you because you want the full blessing from God, and you ask God how to help you to forgive yourself if it's you that you need to forgive, and also how to forgive that person that you need to forgive and not be mad or upset with them any longer. So I'm going to leave because I haven't seen anybody come on, but I'm hoping that someone get a understanding and blessing from this. And I wanted to be a woman staying to my word. I apologize again for not coming on 3 o'clock because I used to say 3 o'clock, but I just had something that was going to come up and I need to come on earlier. So thank you so much, you guys. And so next week, you download your book and you just work through your book, look through that. If this topic resonates with you, God wants you to look at it and wants you to work with it. It's the reason why you're seeing this. Work through the workbook, carry it along with you, put it in your pocketbook, carry it to work with you. Look at the animated story again. You know how we look at a cartoon over and over again. We'll just look at it one time. You look at it over and over again, you get different things. So I'm going to leave you all, and I won't be back until the first month of February. I'll be putting out another animated story. So thank you so much. Y'all take care. Have a good, blessed Sunday.